The Russia-Ukraine war has dragged on for 17 long months. Kiev is now in its second week of its counter-offensive. Rescue operations continue in the flood-bound Kherson region. And there is an African envoy for peace, which of course has visited Kiev. Now, the peace envoy is now in Russia to continue the peace talks with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Kakhovka Dam breach in the Kherson region in Ukraine had resulted in massive floods that swept away several homes, and it caused a huge amount of devastation. The people in the Russian-occupied region are still dealing with the brunt of the massive flooding that was a result of the breach of the lower Kakhovka Dam. The ruins of their homes are visible for miles around. Now, this region is in fact at the front lines of the war, and it has seen a lot of destruction after a missile had hit a dam, flooding the region. Meanwhile, the African delegation for peace, of course, met with the leader in Kiev. The South African President Cyril Ramaphosa also addressed a press conference with the other African leaders who had accompanied him as a part of this peace delegation to Kiev. Now, airstrikes, of course, continued to ravage through Kiev. The 7 African leaders, the President of Comoros, of Senegal, South Africa and Zambia, as well as Egypt's Prime Minister and the top envoys from the Republic of Congo and Uganda, visited Kiev. The high-profile envoys are next set to meet with Vladimir Putin to try and see if negotiations are possible to bring to an end this gruesome war that has now dragged on for 17 long months. Now, a week after launching the much-awaited counter-offensive in the southeast of Ukraine against Moscow's invading forces, Kiev has now managed to retake a small string of settlements on the Mokry Yaly River in the region of Donetsk. Now, Russia says that it has destroyed about 3 drones targeting an oil refinery in the southern border region of Bryansk. The pipeline crosses Ukraine, and despite the conflict in the country, it continues to supply the crude oil to Hungary, Slovakia and the Czech Republic. Russia claims that Ukraine has increased its missile attacks inside the Russian territory, which Russia is not planning to take lightly. On Friday, the Russian President Vladimir Putin has confirmed that he has in fact deployed the first tranche of tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. Now, Putin has added that by the end of the year, the forces will of course complete the transfer.
В том, что у нас такого оружия больше, чем у стран НАТО. Они знают об этом и все время нас склоняют к тому, чтобы мы начали переговоры по сокращению. Хрен им, понимаете, как у нас в народе говорят. Значит, потому что это в данном случае, выражаясь суконным языком этих экономических терминов, это наше конкурентное преимущество.
Responding to the Ukrainian advances, the Russian president warned that the F-16 fighter jets will burn like all the other equipment in Ukraine if the West were to equip Kiev with what would be the most sophisticated military support material that has been supplied till date. Putin also fears that this could mean that NATO could in fact get drawn into an armed conflict directly. This while the Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu called for more tanks to be manufactured to meet the needs of the Russian forces. Russia has said that the production of military vehicles and weapons will be scaled up over the course of the next few months. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.